Hello students, we have completed the chapter work, energy and power. In the last video we have solved the sums based on different kinds of collisions, right? So now this chapter will be just a short recap of the formulas which are important to you. This might be helpful as a revision note, right? The formulas which we have seen in this chapter, which we have derived, I will just recall those formulas, right? See, the first one, work done is dot product of F into D, where D represents displacement. So this will be work done is F D cos theta, where theta will be the angle between F and D. Yes, work done is scalar quantity. It is scalar quantity. Unit of work done is Newton meter or joule. CGS unit is erg, right? And 1 joule is 10 raised to 7 erg. Clear? Okay. Since work done depends on both, on three factors, not on two factors, force, displacement and angle, work done can be positive, work done can be negative, as well as work done can be zero, right? Okay. And then when force is variable, that is force is changing, then work done will be integration F into dx, x1 to x2. Always go for integration when force is variable, right? Okay, then we have seen work energy theorem, W equals to delta K, that is work done is equals to change in kinetic energy. Work done is also equals to dk. It is applicable to both constant as well as variable forces, right? Okay, then we have seen this kinetic energy can be written as P square by 2m, where P represents the momentum, right? Okay. Then we had seen the concept of potential energy, where potential energy is equals to mg y1 minus y2, where y1 and y2 represents the initial and the final position, right? So energy is equals to, say, mgh. This is the potential energy, right? It is because of the configuration, it is because of the position the body is having potential energy, right? Okay, one more thing which we have seen is that work done does not depend on the path, it depends only on initial and final position. So this property is known as conservative field. So conservative field means where work done depends only on initial and final position, right? Okay, then we have seen that total energy which is kinetic plus potential, total energy or mechanical energy at each and every point will always remain same. That means total energy at any 2 point can be compared. This is the total energy, which is equals to sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy. So this will always remain constant. So at any points you can compare the total energy. Okay. Now the negative of rate of change of potential energy with respect to distance will give force. F equals to minus du by dx. This is also an important formula. Okay, now we have seen what is elastic potential energy, what is restoring force. Restoring force is equals to minus k into x, where k is known as spring constant or force constant or stiffness constant, right? It represents how hard or soft a spring is. More the value of k, more will be the rigidity or hardness of the spring. So this is the restoring force. According to Hooke's law, it's proportional to x. Then we had seen the energy stored, elastic potential energy stored, which is half kx square. This can be written as k square x square by 2k. So u equals to f square by 2k, right? Elastic potential energy, which is because of the elasticity of the body. Okay, so these were the formulas. Then we had seen power. Power is rate of work done. So average power is delta W by delta T or W by T. This is average power. Instantaneous power, P is equals to dW by dt, or you can say it as F dot V, So power is also defined as dot product of force into velocity. Fine. Then we had seen the different units of power like watt, kilowatt, megawatt. British unit was horsepower. So it's 1 horsepower is equals to 746 watt. Okay. Right. Then we had discussed the types of collision. First of all, what is collision? Collision is an isolated event in which a very large force acts for a very short interval of time between two or more than two bodies. There are three types of collision: perfectly elastic, inelastic, and perfectly inelastic, right? These are the three types of collision. In perfectly elastic collision, total momentum or initial momentum of the system equals to final momentum of the system. You can also compare their kinetic energy. Initial kinetic energy of the system equals to final kinetic energy of the system, right? Okay. In inelastic collision, of course, you can compare the momentum, that means initial momentum of the system equals to final momentum, but their kinetic energy will not be same. I am talking about the whole system, not of a single body. Same perfectly inelastic collision. I also said you that if they are not mentioning the type of collision, go for inelastic collision, or else if the question is saying that then after the collision both the bodies will move together as a single body, so then consider it as perfectly inelastic collision, right? So in perfectly inelastic collision also the total momentum before the collision and after the collision can be compared, of course. So momentum can be compared in every type of collision. Initial and final kinetic energy of the system will remain same only for perfectly elastic collision. In inelastic collision or perfectly inelastic collision, initial and final kinetic energy may not be same, right? We had also derived the formula for V1 dash and V2 dash velocities of the object after the collision. Then we had seen coefficient of restitution, which was 1. It will lie between 0 and 1, and this will be exactly equals to 0. What does coefficient of restitution represent? What amount of kinetic energy is remaining after the collision? The amount of kinetic energy the body retains after the collision, that is what is coefficient of restitution represents, right? And the formula to calculate coefficient of restitution was relative velocity of separation upon relative velocity of approach. So these were all the basic formulas which we had studied in this chapter. Might be this will be useful for you to solve the questions, right? So this was just a short recap of this chapter work, energy and power. So now onwards from the next video we'll start with